There are some days when Blaise Motin is more stressed than others, at times highly stressed. Blaise has an unusual job. He creates bespoke perfumes suited to the personality of his clients. Meticulous and exclusive work undertaken for women with astronomical buying power. And in less than an hour, he has a meeting with a young client.
It's true that it's always nail-biting, waiting to see if it's going to work or not. Bespoke perfume doesn't have much leeway. Either it works, it's like buying a work of art. If you buy a painting, you either like it or you don't. If it doesn't work, I'll never be able to create a perfume for this person. It won't work.
At more than 50,000 euros a perfume, the meeting is crucial. This one takes place in a Parisian palace, in the Imperial Suite to be exact. No more than would be expected to receive clientele accustomed to great luxury.
Today I've brought you a small selection of products following our telephone conversation the other day. So, for example, I've brought you an extract of green mandarin. It has a certain bite, green, fresh, and elegant. This is lavender. It's a strong extract of lavender. This one is grown in Grasse. It comes from a small producer. It's very interesting, has a really wild side to it. You might love lavender or hate it, but it's interesting.
We cannot film the woman meeting our perfumer. The discretion of the wealthy is no myth. And in these times of global economic crisis, it is difficult to flaunt one's fortune in public. Yachts, palaces, luxury cars, haute couture. France is a unique world playground for those who can afford it. And to match these excesses, there are men and women who speak the same language. Professionals dealing in luxury products who created niche jobs in answer to an ever more complex demand. Take Olena, a beautiful 30-year-old Ukrainian with her 3 mobile phones. Contactable 24 hours a day, she is personal assistant to wealthy clients. Suzanne Tabak, herself a millionaire, has created a website especially for very wealthy people, those as wealthy as her, a new type of blogger. The Côte d'Azur, a paradise for billionaires and for Valérie Barthes.
We really are in the trendiest place.
She is an architect and designer, an all-in-one who is becoming more and more successful. Blaise Motin creates bespoke perfumes. His clientele continues to expand. New jobs for new demand. Welcome to Luxury Lifestyle. Paris, 11 o'clock in the morning. A taxi drives to an address little known to the general public. A luxury boutique for those who have the means and don't count the cost. Olena Rubcheva knows the place well. She's an habituée. She goes there on her client's behalf. Today, she's picking up a handbag.
I gave the specifications to the manager of the boutique, who's going to meet us and who has already made a selection. She's going to show me 2 bags, and I will choose the one that I know my client will like, because I know him very well. I've been looking after him for 5 years.
For this little present that he wants to give his wife, the client has given Olena carte blanche in terms of how much the bag costs. Prices start at 1,000 euros, but Olena aims much higher. Her minimum budget is 10,000 euros. Disappointing the young bride is not an option.
From the information you gave me, I have 2 suggestions for you. This first one is the Daedalus Pure Alligator, a black alligator with red leather inside. Otherwise, if you want something a bit more feminine, because that one's a bit less so, we have this one, which is the Callisto 35, also an alligator with a chocolate lining.
Okay, well, I think it's really nice. Not quite black, but...
Exactly, but close.
All right.
That's it.
I think my client will be really pleased with the bag. First, the crocodile's a noble creature. And then black and red are colours that he really likes. His wife is going to love it. And I think that the initial selection was well made by the boutique. And it's really the right choice. Looking at it, I'm sure. When I know the client really, really well, I make a few personal suggestions. He has his own ways, knows what he wants, and it's important to go with that. Occasionally, I suggest something which isn't what he would usually go for. Sometimes he tries things out. But when it comes to presents, I prefer to stick to what he likes because presents are very personal, more so than a hotel where you stay or a restaurant where you can try something new, that sort of thing. This is really very personal.
Olena chooses the black handbag, and as a privileged customer, she will settle the bill later.
See you very soon. Goodbye.
I can't tell you exactly how much the bag I've chosen for the client costs, but I can tell you that the price is between 15,000 and 20,000 euros.
20,000 euros for a handbag. For a few years now, Olena hasn't been stunned by such a sum. Every day her work means that she rubs shoulders with the wealthiest people in the world. Olena is a concierge, but one who deals in luxury lifestyle management. She is like a fairy godmother who makes the wishes of the rich come true. Chartering a private jet at the last moment, getting a visa quickly, organizing dream holidays where anything goes. This is what she does every day, working for one of the best agencies in Europe.
Okay, so you're going to go after the film, correct?
Я надеюсь, ваш полет пройдет благополучно.
In less than an hour, Olena has a meeting with her managers. Some of the concierge service's clients have decided to take a few days holiday in Saint-Tropez with requirements worthy of true millionaires.
Ooh, it's getting chilly. So many shows today now. Stéphane Roland, a designer that I've known for a long time. He used to create for Jean-Louis Scherer, but now that he creates his own line.
Susan Tabak, one of the jet set's best-known figures and hairstyles. Susan is American. Her first love is France, and she never goes out in Paris without her official photographers and cameramen. The reason for this is that Susan posts short videos on the web celebrating luxury lifestyle, and very quickly she's become the queen of bloggers.
On va chez Stéphane Roland, créateur formidable, que je connais depuis 10 ans à peu près. Il est absolument charmant.
Susan Tabak is the first woman to have created a website exclusively for luxury lifestyle. It offers permanent e-shopping for the latest trends, both clothes and decor, as well as sharing useful addresses.
Il faut aller en bas.
Oui, passez là.
Okay. Là, ok. J'ai besoin de... les talons.
In part, she owes her credibility to her independent means. Susan Tabak is rich, extremely rich, and often what she likes, she buys. But in Susan's case, it's not enough to rely on her fortune. She works hard. And as well as her website, she's developing her business as a consultant and expert on luxury lifestyle.
C'est possible de faire un article sur vous? On travaille sur un nouveau magazine de mode, like that.
De quoi?
De mode, un nouveau magazine, like that.
Les gens veulent faire un article sur moi. J'ai beaucoup de photographes qui me prennent ma photo. Et partout. Tu peux demander à mon équipe, c'est dingue. Bonjour, très bien, merci.
Alors,
Okay. Oh my. Sorry.
For Susan, this is where the hardest part begins. She needs to see the designer of the collection, but press and television take priority. being a top fashion blogger doesn't automatically open all the doors.
Oh!
Ah, pardon. Excuse me. Hi, sweetheart.
It was amazing, darling. So tell me the inspiration, very different this time, the shapes,
Yeah.
the very tight.
Yeah, very generous, tight, sexy, sensual, positive energy, full of light. And
Generous.
yeah, very generous. Thank you, honey.
Okay, a photo.
Yeah,
Ici.
sure.
Il est superbe. Vraiment, très très gentil.
As soon as the interview's over, Susan escapes, back to the hotel and her computer. The most beautiful place in the world, Paris. The most expensive streets, the best designers, nowhere can touch it if you want pure luxury. But if you want to see real excess, head for the Côte d'Azur. Yachts, palaces, here the wildest dreams come true. Here too, the most expensive villas in the world are hidden away. And to work here, you have to stand out, and sometimes to reinvent your profession. This is what Valérie Barthes did. She combined her work as an architect with that of interior designer. Combining the two professions, offering a real package, means she can offer something different.
It's true that there's a trend, a modern trend, to cater for demand. You buy a place, do it up, and deliver it, key in hand, ready to live in. Not just doing part of the job, but the whole project of works. Furnishing, fabrics, ornaments, linen, filling the fridge for when they move in. So we sort it out.
Valerie has been offering her key-in-hand service for 5 years. She's one of the pioneers in the field. She has the best contacts to allow her to concentrate on a high-class clientele. Today she's going to see her flooring specialist. She needs ideas for doing up a beautiful apartment in Juan-les-Pins. And here, she always finds what she wants.
This is the flooring workshop, where you can have either standard boards or made to measure, where you choose the weight, the width of the boards, the length of the boards, each piece of wood. If you want to have knots or without knots. If you want it oiled with a clear oil or tinted with a darker stain, you can create the floor you want.
You won't find these floors in specialist shopping centres. The shape, texture, colour are all part of the highly detailed and personalised work.
For this job, we've chosen this stone for the colour of the floor. We'll try it out several times to see what looks best and to get the colour of the stone. This is just to get a sample.
There you are. You must leave it to dry.
I'd like to try it out next to it with the white oil you told me about. I think that might work too.
Yes.
And there, it's really different. It's not going to...
But we're not at the finished product yet.
There are several stages.
That's right. So next we have white oil, but which...
That's not bad. It has a natural matte look.
Yes, it's good, but it's a bit pink. The white, the oak with the white, looks a bit pink. So we need to do several coats to see if we can get it.
Laying a bespoke floor comes at a price. At 500 to 600 euros a square metre, you know that you won't see the same one at your neighbour's, even if it's not always in the best of taste.
That client of yours who wanted a colour a bit very modern, very unusual.
Like an artist studio, so it's been treated, polished and painted.
You put on white and you rub it down. You put on grey and you rub it down.
We've done 8 coats, 8 layers, 8 steps in fact. I mean, each time you get a sheen, see, here there's a blue sheen, here's a black one, a white one. And between each coat, it's rubbed down. 8 steps for 1 square metre of floor. You see why I don't sell it for 20 euros a square metre. To give you an idea, I did an apartment round here. A luxurious surface with boards like this one, with waves, worked right through the wood. It's not a motif, Each wave is worked in depth in the wood. You can't use these workmen, they're mine. Why? Because skilled craftsmen are in great demand. So, if they're part of our workforce, we make sure we keep them.
I've no idea.
You've no idea? You know we came with the interior designer.
900 kilometers away, in the 8th arrondissement in Paris, is an apartment laboratory. Something belonging to another time. Somewhere dedicated to an exclusive world of bespoke creation. This is where Blaise lives, and where day and night he is constantly seeking to create new perfumes, new sensations. It's all about subtlety. The slightest nuance can tip the scales, for the better or for the worse.
This is my laboratory, where I try everything out. The prototypes, where I design the bottles, where I design everything. It's quite a modest space, not very big, but it allows me to work in peace, in calm, and to perfect my formulations. I experiment, blend, experiment again. It's complicated. You have to be very patient, very diligent. I've been doing this for more than 10 years, and now I'm beginning to get a particular base in the formulation. I'm working a bit faster, but it's still very fiddly. It's drop by drop. Like a drop of color, you work with hundredths of grams. It's like diamond dust.
Blaise's laboratory is a real treasure trove with hundreds of fragrances from all over the world. Plenty to choose from after the meeting he had with his client.
Here, for example, I've got a bergamot which I discovered, made in the north of Italy, in the Calabrian Citrus Center. I'll get you to smell the product. It's just amazing. See, the color is totally natural. There's nothing artificial about the color of the product. You see how natural it is? Now we can smell the fruit, the pulp of the fruit, the skin of the fruit, the zest of the fruit. It's just incredible, this product. This woman is quite a purist. She doesn't want a complicated perfume, an over-sophisticated one. She wants something very natural and very light. She wants a light formula. So a light formula means a short formula. Some people want more complicated perfumes with 40, 50 different products. I'm adding a little woody note, which is very interesting, which gives a feeling a bit like a walk in the country. It's a fascinating product. I like it a lot. She's not too keen on flowers. She told me she doesn't like that. She's not mad about roses or jasmine, that she prefers something more vegetable. So that's what I'm working on for her. That's not bad. It's not just one note. It's lavender, a lot of lavender, but with a hint of powder, of musk, a bit woody, at the same time very delicate, but with a strong, rich character. And I think it's very interesting because it's very natural. That's not bad at all. It's actually very presentable.
While Blaise is busy with his work, Olena, for her part, is taking care of the requirements of a future member of her concierge service. She is preparing a superb leather-bound presentation pack for her new client. Traders, footballers, businessmen all receive the same little ritual. To be expected when you fork out $25,000 a year to enjoy the services of a concierge 24 hours a day. You have the right to expect the kind of attention designed to please.
This little pack comprises the presentation of the services we offer our clients. Our card, the famous little card which isn't a credit card, but a membership card for a circle called UUU. A personal card valid for a year. This card has the telephone number where the client can get hold of us according to their subscription. Either 24 hours a day, or 5 days a week, or 7 days a week. It depends on what they've chosen. There you go.
An unexpected meeting for Olena this morning. She's been summoned by the managers of the agency. The agenda, imminent departure for the Côte d'Azur. And before that, feedback on the holiday of a famous footballer who plays for France. The concierge service organized it all.
The trip went extremely well. To give you an idea, we rented 2 private villas for him in the Es Saadi Palace in Marrakesh. He flew to Marrakesh in a private jet, a flight from Bordeaux to Marrakesh, with his wife and a couple of friends. We decided to go for a higher spec aircraft for optimal space and comfort. And the flight went really well. He was thrilled with his trip, and he told me that there'd be another one coming up, because the championship starts again at the beginning of August. He was thinking of another trip at the end of July, this time for a weekend. So, a much shorter break. So he said he'd call me back, sometime this week, I think.
For Elena, the task is tricky. To find an apartment at the height of the season in July in Saint-Tropez with a view of the port where they can keep an eye on their yacht. And that's not all. The apartment must be high-end.
They want a minimum of 4 or 5 bedrooms, staff, of course, for the housekeeping, a governess, a chef, preferably French. They also want all the extra services, like a chauffeur, a luxury car, huge German saloons, or possibly English cars, but in any event top of the range. Because this client is really a very sensitive case for us, I think I might come with you, as I know him a little.
Only a true concierge service could rise to the challenge of finding an apartment in Saint-Tropez at the last minute. Their contacts and networks can find solutions to nearly all problems. But Elena's daily routine doesn't always involve such challenges.
Some requests are much more ordinary. Making a restaurant reservation, booking a hotel, a nanny, looking for an apartment. These are the kind of requests we get every day. But just because the requests look simple at first sight doesn't necessarily mean they are for the client. For one simple reason, that when someone is pushed for time and needs advice, then you have to move faster. So suddenly what looks like a simple request becomes a bit more complicated.
With an almost limitless budget, Elena's only duty is to ensure a view of the port of Saint-Tropez and the incredible spectacle of boats returning in the evening to unleash their passengers on the dizzy nights of the Côte d'Azur. "5 p.m. in Paris. In one of the city's most beautiful palaces, Susan Tabak is working on her website. She's just posted an article about a pair of shoes.
The daily shoe, c'est superbe. Chaque jour, j'ai une chaussure nouveau. Et ça, c'est formidable. Il faut dire le prix? Bon, ça dépend. Les chaussures de Christian Louboutin, de Walter Steiger maintenant, ça dépend si c'est de cuir normal, ça peut être 800, 900 euros. Si c'est de skin, de peau, ça peut être 2000, 3000, ça dépend.
Susan's website is her shop window, her search for fame. But behind it lies a formidable businesswoman who has founded many companies, her fabulous address book opening many doors for her with ease.
Today, finally, to see the Armani Privé. It was divine last year, but out of control, superb, and I expect the same today at Trocadero.
Le mot luxe, c'est un mot un peu, on ne sait pas, tout le monde peut appeler « Ah, moi je suis luxe, je suis la haute couture, je suis luxe », mais c'est pas ça. Et pour moi, ce que je cherche sont des choses uniques, exceptionnelles. Je crois parce que je suis passionnée de ce que je fais, mais vraiment, et les gens le sont. J'adore. Et quand on est passionné et on travaille 24 heures sur 7, ça marche.
Susan discovered Paris when she was very young, and in the 90s she set herself up as a personal shopper. She has fond memories of shopping with her wealthy friends. So fond that she has no hesitation in still handing out addresses to the privileged few. But with Susan, it's best to have a solid bank balance and not to check your accounts at the end of the month. Susan only deals in luxury.
It's true that it only takes me 5 minutes to get dressed in the morning because I have no time. And I don't have much time for shopping, etc. So I need someone to advise me who really knows their stuff and who also knows me and understands me and knows my lifestyle because I have quite an unusual job. I have a company, I have clients all over the world, and I travel all the time. I try to buy nearly everything over the internet, but sometimes you need to feel clothes. You need to actually go to the shop. As soon as Suzanne is around, that's my chance.
Okay, on y va. Today is my shopping day with my good friend Uchi, who I've known for quite some time now. We met in Paris, and Uchi has her own company. Uchi, so this boutique is Quintessence, and the way I discovered them was in New York. I went to a cocktail party where they featured the Claude Delanne candle. Yeah. And I thought, wow, this looks interesting. I should go. And so when I went, I met the owner.
Although Susan likes to spend time with her friends, she always takes advantage of going out. Her cameraman is present and is going to film as many takes as possible for Susan's website to make it even better. A candle shop wasn't previously on her agenda, but this is a candle shop unlike others. Here you find candles priced at 4,000 euros.
May I?
Here you are. There's a scene with animals and leaves, and they're all signed and numbered by the artist. It's a limited edition of 700. Every year we work with a different artist.
Is it gold?
It's actually bronze.
Bronze?
There are two colours, gold and copper.
Yes, I noticed.
Like the one in the window.
The one in the window?
That's right.
What it was all about. And that's why I'm here, because what I love about, especially about Paris, are the little boutiques, things that you can't find anywhere else. Limited editions, not something that's mass marketed, that is sold all over the place. So that's why I'm here. Même une bougie peut être le luxe, et c'est cher. C'est cher.
Oh, here we are. The Walter Steiger. Right, it's a lovely showroom. It's
oh, chic.
C'est vraiment très chic.
Oh, beautiful.
J'adore. C'est encore mieux, hein. On my feet, it looks better than in the box. I think so. I love it. I love it. It's a little bit tight because my left foot is bigger than my right foot. So here ça fait un petit peu mal.
Yes, the form of the talon, it's a new.
It's new, and for next winter we will have all the collection with this new heel.
Yeah.
Haut de gamme, très haut de gamme. Quelle est la différence? J'imagine, il y a des chaussures qui coûtent 5 000, 3 000, mais haut de gamme. C'est haut de gamme, c'est luxe.
Can you see this?
Oh,
It's
non,
like it.
absolument pas.
Non, pour moi? Non.
Tu aimes ça?
It has a lot
Ça,
of
j'aime pas.
curve.
J'ai horreur des wedges. Désolée.
Ah, c'est à cause de wedges?
Mm-hmm.
Et tu trouves, c'est quoi comme...
Tu veux essayer? Tu peux essayer?
Je peux essayer, mais je sais que c'est un petit peu trop pour moi. Mais j'adore la construction, le concept, le travail, j'adore. Mais je sais pas si je porterai jamais ce genre de chaussures. Mais je peux essayer juste pour la fantaisie. Voilà.
Mais même moi, j'adore les chaussures, vraiment. Mais ça, c'est pas féminin.
C'est Lady Gaga.
Very Lady Gaga. Most of the time, I agree with her. These shoes are obviously not my style. She said they didn't suit me. And I agree because I know they don't. So I listened to her. I tried to keep an open mind. She told me I am too conservative in my choice. So I try to be a bit more open-minded when it comes to fashion.
No?
The colour, yes. The style, no.
The grey Parisian skies do not dampen the spirits of Suzanne and Uche, even if they would have preferred to be in the sunny south of France. Here, luxury goes hand in hand with property. The houses in this area are off the Richter scale. Some go for 100, even 200 million euros. Heaven for estate agents. And also for architects. Valerie Barth is visiting a site for a Russian client.
We still have to fix a television there, so I haven't really done much there yet. I'll have to take everything down. I'll have to drill through.
Can't you leave a casing for the lighting for the cornices?
We have to go back to that. We stopped.
Yes, but you said you were going to go back to it on Monday. Can't you do it a bit sooner?
I'll do it on Monday. I'll have to.
Here we have permission to extend the apartment over part of the terrace. So we have one part opening onto the outside and looking directly over the view of the ocean. It's amazing, isn't it?
I've got something new which we've come up with. A kind of wallpaper which is crushed and polished. It's very pretty but a bit complicated to do.
Have you got samples in beige?
I can do whatever you like.
For next week, can you prepare me beiges? Whites and light greens? That's what we're looking for. Oh, that's good. He'll like that.
This one's a bit pink.
It's a bit pinkish, but not pink. Yes.
We can make it whiter, a little bit more beige.
That's more like it. That could work for the bed heads, don't you think?
Yes.
Working for the very rich is not easy. They can be very demanding and are not always the easiest of people to deal with. Most of the time, it's not even the future owners who Valerie meets. They are intermediaries, which doesn't make life easy. But working for multimillionaires brings infinite possibilities. Like here in Saint-Tropez, Valerie has finished the work on one of her best projects. The owners are Australian and only come for 3 weeks of the year without renting out the house for the rest of the time.
It's this way. It's fantastic. Really unusual. Unusual because of its position, its decor. It's really a little gem in Saint-Tropez. This is what we call a waterfront house, right by the sea, beach, but that means close to the sea spray and salt too. So we have to treat it to strengthen it and make it more habitable and to protect it in the future against damage from rust, the salt eating into the metal, salt getting in through the walls. So we make a protective coating for the house. We use special paints to make sure it's properly protected. There are two parts to the house. One side facing the sea with the bedrooms, living rooms which are very quiet, and the other side more for utilities, access, etc. next to the road. It's right next to the shops, nightclubs, restaurants. So you have the best of both worlds. It's like a buffer zone. You can move through in time, stand still, and you can relax in peace and quiet. Here we use Japanese blinds to let the light in, but also protect the side by the sea. And the supreme luxury, access to the beach. A holiday home? It's much more than just a holiday home. Here you have a year-round pool, included in the specifications. You can even moor your boat alongside. It's really easy. It's innovative because often, especially in France, everyone sticks to what they do. What I offer is a global service, project management even, where you have one person who can take care of interior architecture, decoration, and also landscaping and organising permits, etc. So it's a complete package that lets our international clients who have specific requirements and usually can't manage their own projects in France from abroad, it lets them have a contact who can look after their requirements and see the project through.
A few meters away, Olena Rubcheva and the director of the concierge service have arrived. They have managed to find an apartment overlooking the port. A stroke of luck when some tenants backed out of a rental at the last minute. But not found by chance. Whenever something happens in the high-end rental market, the concierge service is informed within the hour. Apartments to rent overlooking the yachts are few and far between. For Elena, finding this precious gem in the month of July is impressive.
It's a private client who's coming to Saint-Tropez and whose friends are already here, settled in. So he wants an apartment. He doesn't want to be in a hotel, he wants more freedom.
Here's the bathroom. See all the yachts. 6 o'clock in the evening, from 6 o'clock onwards. It's a beautiful view. You can sit here and watch the yachts coming in, and then you have the sunset. It's great.
Most of the restaurants, most of the big yachts, most of the entertainment, this is where it all happens. Being lucky enough to have an apartment so well situated in the centre means you can do most things on foot. You can have your yacht right opposite the apartment and make the most of Saint-Tropez, the real Saint-Tropez, the old part.
This is where you party every day. In July and August, for 2 months, it's constant party time. During the day, you party on the beach, then you go back and change and start with an aperitif by the port. It's really lively in the evening. Then it's off to a restaurant and then the nightclubs. You practically do full circle.
Here we are talking fairly modest budgets, because this kind of apartment, given the season, you're looking at a rental of around 10,000 euros a week. Obviously, with services added for the client, then we're looking at a substantial increase in the budget. If they want their own staff, if they want their own chef and obviously a chauffeur and other expenses, the 10,000 euro budget for the week is just for the apartment. It doesn't include the services.
The final bill for the apartment comes to 50,000 euros a week, including all the services. It's a considerable sum, but there are some rental properties which are really over the top. In luxury lifestyle, to showcase exceptional properties, estate agents' dossiers and photos are turned out fast and resemble books about art.
This product is presented like a precious jewel, complete with luxury case, in a beautiful box. A book all about the history of the chateau, with magnificent photographs, magnificent gloss paper. What kind of sum do you think we'd be looking at for this chateau?
Well, this chateau, in high season, July and August, is rented out for over 100,000 euros a week, just to give you an idea.
Okay, I see.
It's really for high-end clients.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Does that include all the services?
It includes all services and staff.
So if we want to add any little extras?
You can add anything you like. We can provide any service the client wants. It's on demand, extra, but we can add it. Whatever the client wants, we can always arrange it.
Okay.
They want to be in a magazine like this because it's a very chic magazine.
100,000 euros a week or more. The bill can often practically double if a lot of staff are employed, or perhaps a helicopter is placed at their disposition. But on the rental ladder, there's an even higher rung when it comes to budget, and that's for yachts. Olena and Zachary have clients with limitless budgets, and it's boats which take first prize for the highest bills. To meet this ever-increasing demand, Olena is going to a meeting on one of these yachts to discuss terms for a potential hiring.
With our clients from the Middle East, we can go up to prices of 500,000, 600,000, sometimes 800,000 euros per week for boats about 70 or 80 meters long, with interior design by well-known designers. In any case, something exclusive. And generally, what we're doing now is beginning to find rentals for city types who maybe want smaller boats starting at 15,000, 20,000 euros a week. But some clients will go up to €1 million a week, the ones with absolutely limitless budgets.
A limitless budget doesn't mean that Olena does not negotiate the price. Discussions always take place, but very discreetly.
Thinking about things which you can't have, I think it's less frustrating for me than for other people who've never had them. Somehow the fact that I see these things every day makes it less frustrating. But it can mean you have higher standards for your own trips. For my own holidays, now I try to make sure they're perfect for me. But I think that everyone goes with what they can afford.
After her shopping trip, Susan ends her day at a fashion show, one exclusively for her. And that is the height of luxury, to have a top designer who shows you their new collection before anyone else sees it.
Super. Très, très joli.
You see, there's a touch of a 50s look. This period, kind of New York, it sells.
Ah oui. Et aussi le, comment on dit l'intérieur lining.
Yeah, of course, yes. The buttons are Guy Laroche.
Est-ce que je peux regarder, désolé? Les boutons.
Of course, when a woman like that says, I adore that, or I love that, it means a lot. It's my job, really, to please women like that. Because she can have anything, she wears the best clothes. So if she likes mine, naturally it's a compliment.
Come. Here it's all about, I mean, it's strict, but it's all about the cuts, asymmetric, how it opens, works. And this is a men's tuxedo, shirt fabric.
Ah, okay.
You see, with the little... Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And with the little detail, it's a pression,
nice.
actually.
Yeah.
And what is so great about Susan is that everything suits her. With that dream body, she can wear anything.
This is nice, yeah, with the... Chic. Yeah, very chic.
J'adore la forme, j'adore le fourrure, c'est chic, c'est pratique, c'est... J'ai une partie où je dis what I'm loving right now, et ça c'est parfait.
It's true. That could be perfect.
Je ne sais pas pourquoi, pour moi, quelquefois je ne peux pas expliquer pourquoi j'aime quelque chose, c'est le sixième sens, on dit ça?
It's a feeling.
Oui, une émotion. Et c'est comme ça, mon œil va directement pour les choses que j'aime. Et je ne sais pas pourquoi, mais ça marche. I think he just makes beautiful clothes for women who want to look modern, beautiful, sexy, comfortable, chic. All in all, it was a fabulous day, and well, until next time. Ah, mais j'ai toujours des journées de fou. Mais c'était superbe, j'adore. C'est ma vie toujours.
Now Susan is off to haunt the best Parisian night spots and to add encounters from the world of luxury to her website, never forgetting to leave them her business consultancy card. Blaise is a bit stressed. The perfume he's going to offer his client comes in a highly original flask, decorated with diamonds.
I'm really impressed by artistic skills which I can't master. I'm always impressed. I love it. It fascinates me. So I take it all in, what they do. It's amazing, extraordinary. To design this shape, it took me 12 years. I'm not Speedy Gonzales, but what with finding something original, making a shape which was new in perfumery, coming up with an innovative concept, it's complicated. It's true that it's stressful because you obviously want it to go down well, to get a warm, enthusiastic reception. But this, I think, is groundbreaking. And I'm very pleased with the reception I got from the client the other day. She put in the order, so I'm happy.
In this workshop, which specializes in precious stones, Blaise is having the decorative band for his flask made up. Adding diamonds will allow him to sell his perfume for tens of thousands of euros. But Blaise is also going to make it into a collector's item by putting his seal on the bottle.
We'll seal it with gold thread wrapped round twice like this. And then here we seal it with wax, stamped with my logo. That will be the end product. I should mention that if this is for a collector, a unique bottle like that, I would advise my client not to open it, even if it was their own perfume at 30%. And that's because if they ever want to sell the bottle, they're collector's items, unique, and that is what makes them valuable. It's the fact that it's never been opened. For the client I saw the other day, she told me that she wants full diamond. That means she wants the whole band studded with diamonds. She likes white, everything white. She doesn't want any colour. So she'll have the white collar, the white trim, and a full diamond band. She's crazy about it, absolutely loves it. And she really likes the bottle, so I'm very pleased.
For such an important product, only the best packaging will do. The final touch of luxury. Blaise is going home to find out what his craftsmen have made for him.
We think of it as a prototype, which can be developed. We've kept a record of everything we've talked about last time.
That's great.
And I'm going to... Here you are.
Perfect. It's beautiful, really very beautiful.
And the branding is beautifully in proportion to the box.
It's really perfect. And the 20 by 20 is great.
Yes, it's very pretty.
It is very, very pretty.
It's covered with lambskin, with the ribbons set into the box, and fully lined with suede.
It's really, really beautiful. And now we get to the end product. It's a big moment because now we see it. We come to the final product. We get to the bottle itself, and that's the idea. In perfect harmony with the shape. It's perfect. This is beautiful craftsmanship.
I'm glad we managed to finish it in time.
It's fantastic work. And the idea is the dagger.
It goes right to the bottom.
Goes right to the bottom. This type of product will sell for 25,000 euros as a starting price. And then it could bring in a lot more. Imagine that I got a wedding and that a Middle Eastern princess decided to give one of these to each of her female guests. She might order 100, maybe with a personalized color for each of the friends she knows. They would make a superb gift. And for presents, unique perfumes. With the package we have, we can do different colors, alligator skin cases for traveling, anything. So obviously, it's very expensive. I admit it's very expensive, but it's also quite exceptional.
In 2011, 1,210 billionaires were listed in the world, a new record since such classification began. A lot of Americans, Russians, and now Chinese rapidly becoming all-powerful. The luxury lifestyle business still has a future to look forward to, and with it come men and women who continue to strive for excellence.